If we listen to each other's hearts, we'll find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is the reason why. For the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye. Don't. Eye to eye. Hello! That song just like popped into my head. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I dropped a few cards on the ground, so... Ooh, it's 9:09:99. Oh, whoa, girl, you been chilling on the floor all night? The King and the Queen of Swords were on the floor. So I guess they chilled all night last night. So if you got some dream communication, some communication in your dreams, then I guess, because on the floor, asleep, swords communication. The King and Queens of Swords were talking last night. I don't know. I'm like 99% sure that they weren't down there all night, but also at the same time, like, then how were they down there? You know what I mean? But yeah, that song just popped into my head too. That is from the Goofy movie. I've got myself a notion, and one I know that you'll understand. You set the world in motion, but reaching out for each other's hands. Maybe we'll discover what we should have known all along. Yeah. Ooh, cutting to the sun. With the ace of pennies on the bottom of the deck. Love that energy. Boom. Okay, so basically this is going to be a private unlisted live. It's going to be a private live because I accidentally started it public, and I know sometimes like the notification goes out before I even start the stream. So I was like, you know what? I can't do with the stuff today, but I want to do this live so I don't have to upload it. So I'm going to be continuing to do the Sun, Moon, and Rising. And the reason why I'm doing this like this is because it was already long enough before all of the interaction, which I'm very thankful for, but these are long videos, and so I'm not trying to have them any longer than they necessarily need to be. Also, I am going to, cutting to the Six of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Seeing it eye to eye. So again, I'm going to be taking, this is the Mystic Mondays Tarot. I'm going to be taking the Mystic Mondays Tarot as upright only. The first card is going to be upright only. The last card is going to be upright only. The two cards around the energy are going to be upright only. But the cards at the top of the pile can be whatever orientation they choose to be in. And sometimes, you know, orientation is not a choice. Sometimes it just is what it is. Okay, all right. That was my little spiel. Is it weird that I feel like I've become like more of a gatekeeper of my reality of past events? These two, King of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Cups upright, were at the bottom. We're stuck on the table when I picked up all the other cards. The Princess of Cups in reverse just had to come out. This is the Princess, right? Right. So I feel like with that King of Cups with the King of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Cups, I feel like somebody, cutting to the Hierophant and the Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like someone was a certain way for a long time, and that's just not it. And I feel like it was feigned confidence, like it was fake, not fake, but it was overly needed. It was needed for the time, but it was time to walk away from that, right? And so that could be anything. Like, you don't even have to be like faking confidence, but it's like, hey, you need to dial it down a few notches so you can be like a little bit more open to whatever or whoever. I'm just getting these a few shuffles in. What is that? Yes, it's the Ice Queen. Okay, goodness. I was literally just thinking, like, I have not seen the Ice Queen. And there are some times when I'm like, I see a card and I'm so excited that it's her, but it's never her. But there's the Ice Queen. She is beautiful. I've read her entry once. The Ice Queen, introspection, self-analysis, and fortitude. It's master number 22. And the Ice Queen actually has a lot of the energy of the Archangel of Mysteries, where it was like the Ice Queen sort of like walks both lines, light and dark, but she works for the light, but she walks dark to understand it or to have a knowing of it within herself. And it's funny that the Ice Queen's energy is almost kind of sort of like, it's like the Queen of Wands, but also it's like the Hermit, the Queen of Wands, and Strength. It's like those three. Okay, who is this? Ooh, it's 2. See, Crown Portal in Utopia, 43 and 8, which is a 7 and an 8. We go from the 43-7 to the 8 Crown Portal. Ooh, baby, do you know this? Y'all know the song. With the Root Portal in reverse, left at the bottom of the deck. I don't really read these as upright, but in reverse, I'm going to get this as Fearful, because they give a message for the portals when they're like out of balance. Who made heaven a place on earth? That's what we're doing now. So if you didn't get the newsflash. Am I weird that like I don't buy into a lot of stuff sometimes? Or maybe it's not weird. Maybe it's because I've come to the point where I know that like my thoughts and words influence my reality. And so there are some times when some things happen. Should I turn this down a little bit? Sure, why not? And it's like, why? Perfect. Was that the Fool? No, it was the 6 of Wands. Victory! Exactly! Because it's like, why would I choose to believe in this? Or why would I choose to give this any like actual bandwidth? When A, there's enough people already out of fear pumping whatever into it to make it bigger and better and scarier. But B, I'm just like, I feel like I've reached this point where I'm like, no, like not in my reality. And if y'all want to give into whatever, then I am perfectly fine to split off into another timeline where things work much better than in your timeline. But I'm just like, no, I don't have time for it. And like, there's a certain level that like has to happen. But there's also a certain point where it's like, you know, it gets turned around and cleaned up much quicker. And so, ooh, 7 of Cups in reverse. This is all about choices and illusions. Right? So it's like, why would I choose that for myself? Hello? Like, no thank you. Darn it. Well, actually, nah, because then I would have to turn that light up. It's fine. I'll just do this a little bit more so I can see over here. And I actually am going to turn this back up. Girl, it's been 10 minutes. And I ain't even started yet. The point, the purpose, the reason for me doing this was so that I could do it quicker. But here I am still rambling. Okay, so the cards are all shuffled. Which is lovely, by the way. And let's see. Now I want to start. We are going to start with Cancer, since we left off on Gemini before. Boom! So Cancer Sun, I'm going to be looking for the Queen of Cups. First card out is the Queen of Swords. Of course, followed by that King of Swords. Because, you know, shuffling. But now they're looking at each other. Followed by the 6 of Wands. Okay, I love that. Like, I am going to take the King and the Queen of Swords because, you know, they're together. And the Queen came out first, so this time they're looking at each other. So there's something that you need to marry with the truth, Cancer Sun. Queen of Cups. Okay, I was like, what am I looking for again? Give me a second as I do this. And hopefully I'm going to watch this back a little bit so I can have this, like, pre-time stamped by the time I make it public. There's the King of Cups. The King of Cups was in reverse. Oof. 6 of Cups in reverse. There's the Queen of Pentacles upright. The Lovers are upright. That's interesting. The Queen of Wands was upright. Here she is, the Queen of Cups. She was in reverse, but of course we're turning her upright. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Okay, well, yeah. So when I said that there's something that y'all are going to have to marry with the truth, Cancer sons, oh, this is interesting. Is there somebody in your life, Cancer son, that, I don't know, take that back. 7 of Cups is what's left at the bottom of the deck. How did I do this? And then I just went into it. And then I pulled one of these. Give me the Oracle. I'm going to pull the one from the bottom. Ooh, Dreamscape, number 10. Dream work, subconscious, and imagination. It's just my imagination. So there are options, either real or imagined. What have you been dreaming about? What are dreams? Y'all Cancers, bear with me, Cancer. Let's get a little philosophical. Dreams are manifestations of the subconscious. Things that we wish to go from subconscious desires to conscious observe. I wanted to say some mixture between the word observable and abnormalities. It was like observability. We wanted to go from a subconscious desire to a conscious reality. That's what a dream is. So that could be like what we want to do with our lives. That could be, whatever. It's some kind of communication between the subconscious and the conscious. It's the only communication between the subconscious and the conscious that we are aware of. That's what a dream is. And so you have the Queen and the King of Swords as the first cards out. Last card out, or the last card, was the Seven of Cups. The before pile at the top is the Ace of Wands. Boom. The after pile at the top is the Knight of Swords in reverse. 9 of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Magician, the Queen of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. Excuse me. You know what? I should go into the settings and flip that, because it would make it so much easier for me to get stuff in the frame. I don't know why I haven't done that, honestly. So I think Cancer Sun a little bit lost in the sauce. What? I'm like, wait, when did this happen? There's a wrinkle in the fold. There's a wrinkle in the fold. I don't know what that means, but there's a wrinkle in the fold right here. So I was like, why isn't this card laying down? Because y'all know I got this little table here. And so if you didn't realize that I just put like a shirt over it, that's what I do. I just put like a shirt over it. What? Okay. So yeah. The energies on the table are partnership, manifestation, the acceptance of a truth and the expression of that truth and operating from that point of truth, options or illusions, passions and desires, and overthinking, critically overthinking. And I don't want to say like y'all are manifesting something. I think there's almost this energy of like, there's these limitless possibilities, or lots of possibilities. But there's also this element of illusion here. And so she is just like fixated on this one cup, on one of these cups, but there's like 7 cups. And I said it was like, what did I say? It's like, it's about y'all integrating the truth or something like that. So it's like there's this maybe it's something that you found out. Maybe you discovered like who you are in a way that like maybe what you care about and what you're passionate about is changing or has changed. And so it's like there's something that you're doing. This is almost the energy of like Taurus sun, I think, and then also maybe Gemini sun at the same time. Maybe not. I feel like on the solar level a lot of things are changing because of realizations that we've had recently, and it seems like the things that we used to want we no longer want, or we're wanting something new, and we don't necessarily know how to integrate. We don't know how to make an old thing new. And with the energy down here, I feel like Cancer, y'all just like ready to walk away from whatever old thing was because you're manifesting like partnership, right? I feel like if this was Temperance and the Three of Pentacles, then that would have been different because then that would have been closer to an energy of you continuing to work on something and to turn it into what you want. But with the Magician and the Three of Pentacles, I feel like that's just like manifesting a whole brand new thing. And with Dreamscape, it's like I'm looking at the orange, which is the solar plexus, and there's like a sun. And it's a monarch butterfly, so there's a lot of orange on her wings. There's some blue down here, which is the truth, either speaking or perceiving. And it almost looks like there's a road in the sky, but I don't know if that's intentional. And there's a bird, but it's like it's almost upside down. So it's like you'd have to flip it. Boom. Mm-hmm. Ooh, but then you get burned up. Can you just walk into the middle of the sun? Let me try to condense and move forward. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there's something new that you want. And it seems like you're going to go after it. You are a cardinal sign. I feel like a lot of times, even I forget that Cancer is a cardinal sign. So I'm like Aries and Capricorn, yes. And only Capricorn, like Aries, like definitely for sure. Capricorn, I'm coming into that because I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Libra, I'm like, Cancer, I'm like, But I know y'all are. But I think one of the difficulties of being a water cardinal sign is that water is like the most fluid element. And that I mean, because like it's fluid emotions, and our emotions can change, especially if you're not like Scorpio. Because I feel like Scorpios can get a little bit emotionally fixed because they're fixed water. But it's like I feel like, can I pause this? Little babies. I feel like there we go. I felt okay, this is interesting. There's an energy of a Ten of Swords in reverse. I feel like there was a painful splitting, and there's some heartbreak and some thievery. So maybe that's why. Oh, that's a lot of swords. Hey, 10 more swords for the king and the queen. Y'all want to split them up 5 each, or how y'all want to do this? The queen, you take 3, since the 3 came out first, and then the king takes 7. Anyway, what was I saying? I feel like, yeah, because even with like cardinal air, it's like someone's mind can change, but once you have an idea, you can build off of it. It's like you get one idea, and then you get more ideas that support that idea. And I guess you can get more emotions that support an emotion, but even though air like moves through like everything, I'm in my mind I'm like water is the most fluid. It's the prime example of fluidity. And it looks like y'all might be in y'all feelings a little bit. I feel like with the 3 of Swords in reverse and the 7 of Swords in reverse, Maybe you're getting over this. And then the Nine of Swords is down here. King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, Nine of Swords in reverse. All of the swords are in reverse. Everything else is upright. So maybe y'all are getting over it. Or y'all are just like walking away from it because y'all have had enough. But the Dreamscape card is here. It's almost like the situation that you've been in for a long time and you've been dreaming of an escape. And one day you're just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm tired of sitting in my room and crying about it. I'm tired of feeling like I'm missing out. Looking for people to help you make it a reality with the Three of Pentacles. And so my advice to you, if you are a Cancer Sun and if you are in a situation, it's been 20 minutes. I need to stop looking at the time because the time is what it is. This is going to be so long, y'all. See, this is why I do it. Like, I can go for hours not talking to anybody. But if you're a Cancer Sun and if you're in a situation where you are, it's almost like you've reached your breaking point with something. And you're like, you know what? If I'm going to work this hard, I might as well work this hard for something I actually want to do. And so y'all are going to come into that cardinal energy and y'all are going to start making moves. So if you're not manifesting a person to help you do this, you're manifesting some kind of stability. That you're manifesting an opportunity to anchor and put in the ground what it is you're working on to give it a little bit more of a chance to actually thrive. Because, cardinal signs are great at starting things, but not necessarily finishing things. I have cardinal placements in every element. So I'm great at like starting something. Like with Capricorn, I can come up with a plan. With Aries, I can start it. With Libra, I can communicate it to like get other people on board. With Cancer, I can like make us all just like, yes, like, yeah, this is gonna work. Like we're actually. But then when it comes time to actually do it, then I'm like, okay, I started, so the rest is on y'all. Peace. Gonna go start something else. Or was it this? I think it's this. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, make sure you get this firmly rooted. If you're gonna do something new, make sure it's firmly rooted because you don't want to be in this position where later you go from this to this because you didn't make sure that it was something that could actually thrive for you, and it wouldn't be something that you just kind of sort of let go to the wayside. And also maybe that just might be a water thing in general because I'm a Pisces and crabs and fish, hermit crabs move from shell to shell and fish like shiny things. Scorpions, however, I don't know, just don't mess with them. Okay, so let's go. Let's do this quick. Ooh, King of Pentacles. Ooh, King of Pentacles upright. King of Swords in reverse at the cut. Oof, going into Cancer moon. This is interesting. And ooh, the Magician is the first card, followed by the Three of Cups in reverse. That's Cancerian energy. So, hey, if we do Sun, Moon, Rising, that would be Cancer Sun energy. Because I'm going to say the Rising is the first one, the Sun is the second one, and the Moon is the third one. Because there's 3 for each. Justice is upright, however. A lot of cards in reverse, but... Wait, what am I looking for? The Chariot. Did I just see the Chariot? No, I did not. Well, yes, I did. I did see the Chariot. So... this is going to be interesting. How am I going to do this? Okay, so we'll take the one before the Chariot. Ooh. Okay, and we were just talking about Scorpios. I'm going to note these, but I'm not going to take them. Sometimes it's like if I accidentally pull more cards after I pass the energy, then I pick them up. If you're not real, then how can I feel this way? Little babies. That's been stuck in my head. I love Linda Belcher. So, the cards that came out afterward, that's interesting. So there is a kind of sort of justice happening. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Ace of Wands upright, followed by the Queen of Cups, followed by the Two of Cups in reverse. So somebody is like not even progressing. I would say like moving slowly, but not even progressing because there's a lack of resource, but there is not a lack of desire and heart. But it doesn't seem like you really have any dependable person to really help you build this anyway. So, or maybe y'all are just like, maybe this ain't meant to be. Because so sitting at the top of the before pile is the Two of Cups in reverse. But sitting at the top of the after pile is the Ten of Cups upright. And at the bottom of the deck is the Emperor. That's interesting. This is really interesting. This is very interesting, actually. And that was the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups is right here. It's King of Cups, then the Chariot, and then the Star, and then the Star. Court cards and majors. And then some cups. Court cards, majors, and cups. Court cards, majors, and cups. Cups. Court cards, majors, and 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 cups. Ooh, y'all got Awakening. I was going to say, have I ever seen this card? Number 3. Ancient Knowledge, Memories, and Connection. Definitely some connection happening. Awakening. Arise, brothers, and do your jobs. We have the Magician and the Emperor presiding. With the Two of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Cups upright at the ready, flanked by the King of Cups and the Star. Excuse me. This is interesting. I feel like y'all may be a little bit emotionally closed off. Maybe going through a hard awakening, Cancer moon. Because depending on what like your sun and your other placements are, you may not have a Cancer moon that is well aspected, and that like, let's say you have a Cancer moon but you're like a Capricorn, or you're just like a dry person in general. And I mean dry as in like not a lot of water, as in you don't really like to get emotional, but you have this Cancer moon, so so it happens. And when it rains, it pours. And when it pours, it floods everything. Then you're like, man, I got to start building from the ground up again. But with the Two of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Cups upright, there's like this Eight of Cups upright energy. So you need to walk away from situations that don't serve you, and from people who take advantage of you, and from people who don't really care about you. And I feel like there's this energy of a deep realization and a deep revelation with this Awakening card. Either that or someone or something has come into your life to teach you what your value is. Because at first I was feeling the King of Cups as emotionally like secluded-ish. Because it's like he's in touch with his emotions, but he doesn't let them sway him, right? And in that, it's like, you know, he recognizes them, but there's still an amount of logic that he holds. And with Cancer moon, that's very feminine energy. That's super watery. But you also have the Emperor here. So I feel like there is a certain amount of restriction. And look at how she's doing this. Like that is contained. You see that little orb, little orby? That's contained. I'm almost getting a feeling that like y'all are learning to become the moon that pushes and pulls your waters so you can control the tide. Maybe you were the type of person who would get like emotionally triggered easily. And there's this Aries energy here. And so like y'all might have blown up and maybe y'all blew up on the wrong person or in the wrong time, and maybe that costed you an opportunity. And so now you're in this place where it's like, it's almost like if there's a mental health concern, then you're addressing it now. Because I feel like with the star and with this awakening card, it's more than like you making a wish. I feel like that's the energy of like, why do I do this? Why am I like this? I can't keep going like this. Something needs to change. And so then you're manifesting this emperor energy to come in and to sort of like help you contain it, to keep it in check. And you may be in this situation, you may still have an opportunity to reconcile this because you go from the 2 in reverse to the 10 upright. And the star is here, so I feel like you want this 10 upright. And so yeah, I feel like y'all are manifesting balance. And I'm not even going to pull a card to clarify. I'm just going to say like to go within, to learn yourself, and to open up communication. And there's no air on the table at all. It's a lot of water. Well, I guess Aquarius. That's fixed air. So you might have to learn how to communicate in a new way because maybe the old way you were communicating wasn't working when you did try to communicate. And now you're wishing that you could communicate a little bit more effectively like a Libra. You know, cardinal air. Not fixed air, because sometimes fixed air will get you in trouble. Sometimes fixed anything can get you in trouble, honestly. And that's only because we come across so many different people that we kind of sort of have to know when to give a little bit, but to also stay true to who we are. And so that's going to be your lesson. I think that's what you're learning. I feel like this is just... So maybe if you have recently fallen out with someone or something and you don't know why, it might have been because you kind of sort of just like flew off the handles a little bit. You were in your feelings a little bit. And with this being like Neptunian energy and with y'all being Cancer moons, I feel like y'all just called up all the water. Like you hit the trident on the ground and then the waves just came up and wiped everything out. And then you're like, whoa, what happened? Like, why didn't it work? And then you look at the wreckage and you're like, oh, that's why. Okay. I should be writing this down. See, but I don't even know what that though. And the thing I was going to do to help myself out, I'm not even doing. So that was a bad tongue pop. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think that's the awakening that's needed. I feel like it's time for you to realize the power of your emotions, and it's kind of sort of their destructive capabilities, but I feel like in realizing their destructive capabilities, you'll also be able to flip that and understand the constructive capabilities. And the reconstructive capabilities. Constructive and reconstructive capabilities of it. Instead of just like being pushed into the destructive capabilities of it. And so good luck with that. Go within. All the answers are there. Everything you need can be located on page 2 of your manual once you go within. And I could tell you what page 2 says, but honestly, it's like the application is different for every single individual, so it wouldn't even help. Ooh, the Seven of Cups just slid out. I thought that went on the floor. I picked these cards up and I thought one just slide right out. Seven of Cups. That's Piscean energy. No, that's Scorpionic energy. And then the King of Cups came out too. So lots of Scorpionic energy. That could be a little bit of emotional stability. If you are Cancer Moon and like super cardinal with those emotions where it just like pop off at any minute. So that can also speak to balance. But sometimes balancing is a choice. For me, I slipped into Libran energy, right? And so what I would do is whenever I would get upset, I would try to see, honestly, I would kind of force myself to see a perspective for the other person that would justify the way that they are behaving or acting to cause the friction. You know what I mean? And so I was like, well, maybe they're going through this. And also at the same time, if people don't know that you're upset, then like, how would they know that you're upset? Right? Okay, Cancer Moon, we're looking for the Two of Cups. Ooh, High Priestess. All right, let's see y'all. The Six of Pentacles was the first card in reverse, but you know, only take it upright. I just want to note that it was in reverse. I just saw Strength in reverse. The Moon. Le Moon. Ooh, the Tower's upright. There's the Two of Cups. I almost passed y'all. Okay, y'all's in Cancerian energy for real. Ooh, this is very. Oh wow. Ooh, and of course they're still together. I'm not gonna separate them because I've been seeing them together so much. Is this? Oh no, it's not. Cancer. The thing about rising signs is y'all can be anybody, but just look like a Cancer. And it's because, especially since, like, you know, hermit crabs, they go and pick up any shell. So y'all can be anybody on the inside. From the outside, we just be like, oh, who's that? So, at the top. Oh, I know how I'm going to do this. This is shifting and changing as I do it. So at the top, we have the Six of Pentacles. And then in the before, we have the Tower. Then we have the Ace of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Interesting, because they were like literally just together, right? It's like, you should learn how to shuffle better. The energies like blend in. Trust me. If it didn't feel right, I wouldn't take it. And this is like more Cancerian energy, which is like perfect. And then we have the King and the Queen of Swords. At the top of the after pile is the King and the Queen of Swords with the King on top. And then the last card out is the King of Wands. So, lots of masculine energy. And the Tower... Ooh, okay, alright. I was going to say the Tower is phallic, but it snapped. And that's a visual that I don't need in my mind. So... Yeah, and even the sword. There's lots of masculine energy in here. Lots of masculine energy. And a little bit of feminine energy. Let's see my oracle card we get. Isolation. Okay, wow. Isolation is number 25. It's loneliness, reconnection, and home. And Cancer rules the home. What's that noise? Oh, it's this. Okay. So, I feel like that Six of Pentacles was in reverse. So, I low-key feel like Cancer rising, y'all been given too much. All the dudes are looking this way. And the Queen is looking that way. And then there's this isolation here. And there's this Tower card. I feel like somebody low-key may have gotten taken advantage of. And now you know it. There's almost this energy of like, maybe you just found out how little someone actually thinks of you. Because I feel like there's almost this energy of like, you thought that since you contribute a certain amount to someone or something, that you would be appreciated more. But maybe because you are who you are, people have just come to expect this from you. And so they don't too much appreciate it. And then you go through this tower moment and okay, all right, this could go one or two ways. It's like either you're the type of person who gives a lot and you feel like no one was really given to you, or not. No, it's like the first scenario is like you're the type of person who gives a lot and you go through this tower moment and then you receive a lot of this support. And so now you know that you're appreciated and you know that like you're actually cared for, right? That's the one possibility. But on the other side, I feel like it's the very opposite situation because we had this isolation that came out. And so it's like you were this significant presence. You were someone who gave a lot. You were someone who thought that you were appreciated. But there's almost this energy of like, now that you've gone through whatever life change you've recently gone through, now it's like people are looking at you, but they're not necessarily moving to help you. And it's like, I'm looking at this. Let's see if I can do this. Why did I do it this way? I'm looking at this, right? There we go. I'm looking at this, right? Because, like, look how both of their feet are planted. Like, neither one of them is going anywhere. And they holding on to their stuff, looking at you, like, sending out an SOS. And you know they see you, but ain't nobody coming in to help. And so there's almost this, like, oh, wow, like, really? Like, after all I've done, y'all are, like, really just going to sit there? And so that's this Ace of Swords realization. And I think that's what's putting you in this isolation energy. Give me one card to see if that's it. I feel like it's going to be either or, but with this isolation sitting here, I think it's going to be the latter case for quite a few of y'all. And so maybe you're going to be learning to value yourself a little bit more through the lesson of, you know, I give so much to other people, but when I need somebody to give to me, nobody is there. Okay, I see how it is. So I'm going to stop giving as much. But I think the actual lesson is to like learn where you're appreciated and learn where it would be reciprocated and to learn to give accordingly. And I'm just going to pull this. Ooh, these two. Three of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So yeah, these people could have been friends. And then with this Nine of Swords in reverse, it's like, how come I didn't see it? Like, how come I didn't see that they were only using me? How come I didn't see that I wasn't appreciated? This is a hard spot to be in. And honestly, bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands in reverse, followed by the Ten of Cups in reverse, followed by the Queen of Swords in reverse. So, for y'all, I'm gonna pull one of these because I'm not getting anything positive. It's like we have an emergency situation. I need a positive message pronto. Guaranteed to hopefully make you feel better. Got these cards on deck. We're going to pull a card from the universe has your back. Because the universe really does have your back, but sometimes you got to have your own back. And whenever you have to rely on man to watch your back, you already lost. Because men are fickle. And that's like humans, not just males or male identifying people or whatever. And I don't mean whatever in the sense of like dismissive. I mean whatever is in like however it applies. So I'm just going to pull one. Feeling this one. Y'all see how that one is kind of sticking up right there? That's the one I'm feeling. Let me try to get it. Yeah. Oh, it's two. Okay. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. And the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Can y'all see those? I don't know. Maybe not. But I read them. So I love how it's like when I surrender everything, then the universe can get to work, and the universe works fast when I'm having fun. So I feel like that's just like, that's kind of sort of like, don't allow yourself to be made bitter by this. Just learn where you're appreciated and learn to value yourself. Because I feel like ultimately that's the reason why this happened. So you can value and love and appreciate yourself. And my rising sextiles with this energy, because I'm a Taurus rising. So I also got this opportunity. Now, my opportunity was not as extreme as this feels. But I also got the opportunity to learn to value and love and appreciate myself for all that I can do and give. And I also learned that I don't want to have to give selfishly. Like, I want to be able to give selflessly because that just feels right to me. Venus rules my chart, okay? It may not seem like it a lot because I got a lot of Saturn in my chart too. Venus and Saturn are my top two because I have 2 placements in Capricorn, 1 placement in Aquarius, and Saturn is the closest planet to my sun. It's my guiding planet. And then I have 2 Venus placements and an Aquarius placement, and one of those Venus placements is my rising. So 2 in Taurus, 1 in Libra. Oh, that's interesting because I'm a Pisces, right? So my Neptune guiding planet, ruling planet, is in Capricorn, Saturn, and my Jupiter traditional ruler / co-ruler is in Libra, which is at Venus. So it's like I want to be able to do all that, but at the same time I'm not going to all the time, but I want to. And so maybe that's like the song like Real Love just popped into my head. And I barely know the song, but I just heard real love. I'm searching for a real love. Somebody that you can give to, but you can't give here. Learn where you can't give, learn where you can't give. 47 minutes. Okay, that's less than half an hour, or about half an hour, I think. All right, so I'm going to move into boom. Leo. Leo Sun. We're going to be looking for the King of Wands, and we literally just saw the King of Wands. So I'm going to try to get some of that Cancerian energy out. Oh my gosh, Strength upright and the Hierophant at the cut. Something told me to look at that. I was like, Strength. I love that energy, Leos. Love that energy. Maybe buckling down a little bit, but that Hierophant right there. It's like taming the flame. You gotta tame the flame. I'm actually gonna do a little bit of this because I am feeling that I need to separate this out now. Ooh, Princess of Swords flipped when I put her on the table. That's Page of Swords energy. But I think that is just being like, you see how poised she was? I think that's going to be you learning to be maybe sometimes a little less fiery, a little bit more poised, and not necessarily calculated, but it almost feels like there's a fine line between being direct and being blunt. And you're learning to be a little bit more direct, like where you don't necessarily mince your words, but you ain't got to really hurt nobody's feelings either. And I know Leo may be like, well, if they can't stand the heat, they shouldn't be in the kitchen. I don't just pop off for no reason. And when I pop off, like, you know, it's warranted. I am fixed. It ain't like I'm just like going around popping off all the time, unless you are the type of person to pop off all the time. But let's be honest, that's Aries. When it comes to fire signs, everybody know it. Aries, y'all know it too. Especially Aries sons. Y'all can just be like, and it ain't even necessarily like popping off. But it's just like, you know, once y'all set y'all's mind on something, then y'all knows what y'all want to do. And sometimes you're just going to do it. Sometimes you may start doing it before you even think about doing it, and then you're doing it and you're like, wait, When did I start doing this? And don't tell them to stop. Okay, I'm just playing, y'all. But yeah, it's time to be a little more refined, I'm feeling. Oof. Maybe when it comes to communicating with a loved one. Because the Ace of Cups was left on the table in reverse when I picked up all the cards. And the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse at the bottom of the deck. But the star is upright, so you want to do better. Okay. Now let's get into this. Ooh, Ace of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. So, like, be a little bit less defensive sometimes. It's like, just because someone is coming to you doesn't mean that they're necessarily trying to eclipse you. So just like ease off a little bit. And I'm going to get started. First card is the Seven of Cups in reverse, but we're turning it upright. Y'all got options. You're like, you don't know who I am. I'm a Leo. Everybody wants me. I can have anybody. Why don't you want me? Like, this worked on everybody else. Why don't you want me? The King and the Queen of Swords are separated, but not by much. Not by much. It's like, I can have anybody out here. I can have anybody. Okay, then go get somebody. If you are big and bad, if you got options, if you got choices, if you can have what you want, go and get it. But I ain't gonna kiss your butt. Unless we're in the bedroom. And if y'all into that, then y'all into that. But if they ain't into that, then they ain't gonna do it. Ooh, ooh. Okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I want to give these a few shuffles. Of course. So transformation in reverse. I just put it up right. But transformation in reverse is the card that sent other cards onto the floor. So definitely coming into that fixed energy, I see. Definitely not wanting to change. But I think you realize that you kind of have to. You kind of got to if you want to be with you. You kind of got to. I knew it. I knew that there was a card still down here. I should have counted these. I slept last night with cards on the floor. The King and the Queen of Swords was on the floor last night. I woke up, I started doing this. I looked down. Like I wasn't reading cards earlier, but I didn't use these decks. So, what's on the floor? Is that the Thinking Man? No, that's not the Thinking Man. There are no coincidences in the tarot. So, oof. But what is this? Oh, Leo Sun, this is some interesting energy. Because, okay, yeah. Transformation in reverse is what threw all of this on the floor. I think something unexpected happened. And you weren't the most flexible and adaptable. And remember how I was saying something along the lines of like, you're like, it's like almost like somebody stood up to you in a way that you're not used to, because like usually it's like when it comes to people, you're pretty good at charming them around or winning them over to your side, but you've come across somebody who's maybe also could be a Taurus. Could be a Taurus. Or it could just be somebody who's already fixed in their own way, because strength and the Hierophant came out at the cut. And Leos, y'all can be hard-headed and y'all can be stubborn, but can't nobody beat a Taurus when it comes to being bullheaded. It's called bullheaded, right? It ain't lion-headed, but lions do have prides. So maybe somebody's ego was a little bruised and somebody else just is not compromising in the situation, maybe. But Exiled is the card that was left on the floor. And it was upright. Exiled is illusion of separation, disconnect, and isolation. Isolation just came out for Cancer Rising. You might be a Leo Sun with a Cancer Rising. In that case, Good luck. Let me stop. And then the man holding a coin was the energy oracle card left on the floor from last night. But he decided to come out for you because of this exile. And it's funny that exile was the only card that I had to like turn on the light and get down there and find. And exile was on top of the man holding a coin in reverse. So maybe it's something to do with the current situation. Maybe you see, what is that? The Guardians. So yeah, maybe your status or stability has recently become a little questionable because of events going on right now. And so it's like, and if you were the type of person that really like flexed on people, be like, oh, I got this job, I got this money, I got this, I got that. And like now, because of what's going on, you don't have a job anymore. Then I could see how things may get a little tense. Because I feel like whatever y'all build yourself off of is subject to just kind of fall apart. And so at the top, we have the Seven of Cups. At the before, we have the Six of Cups upright. Ooh, that almost fell. I'm going to look at the card behind it. The Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Okay, because it almost fell. And then we go into the Nine of Swords, the King. Let's see. I'm trying to do this. The Nine of Swords, the King of Wands, which is you, and then the Six of Pentacles. Then the top of the after pile is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Excuse me. And then the last card out was the Ten of Swords. And your oracle card is going to be Breakthrough, but it is in reverse. I'm not going to read it in reverse, but I want to note that Breakthrough is in reverse. And Transformation came out in reverse. And did I say that Death was in reverse? Or no? Am I just thinking that I said Death is in reverse? So Breakthrough is Leap of Faith, Freedom, and New Beginnings. It's number 4, which is Cancerian energy. And I did say that Cancer Risings, I believe, just got that isolation. Or was that Cancer Sun, actually? No, Cancer Sun got Dreamscape. Was it Cancer Moon that got isolation? No, it was Cancer Rising. Because I was like, maybe people are coming for you and they're going to help you out because you're going through something right now. But with the isolation card, I was like, nah, I feel like y'all the type of people to do a lot for other people. But now that you need somebody, ain't nobody there. It might be the opposite. But y'all, I'm just playing. But let's see. So we have options, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I feel like, and with Breakthrough, I feel like y'all are just a little shook right now. I think there's like almost this tower energy, but it's not here. I just want to see what this card is. Oh, it's the Mother of Wands, followed by the Five of Wands. Ooh, are y'all married or in a relationship? So if this isn't a pride thing, if this is just a, like, how am I going to take care of my family type of thing, I don't know. I'm not necessarily feeling that. Maybe just with the Mother of Wands, y'all just ain't like feeling yourself as much anymore. I don't know why I did that whole thing. Like, feeling myself. Feeling myself. I'm feeling my fit. Oh. Well, I was feeling myself. Until whatever this is happened. I wonder if I should read this as like past, present, and future almost. I wonder if that would make more sense. I think I might do it for y'all. Because it just came to me that way. So it's like in the past, I feel like everything was good, everything was fine, everything was hunky-dory. And I feel like the past is looking really, really good to you right now. Because of whatever situation you're in right now. Okay, alright. So I feel like, ooh, okay, alright. I think I can do this really quick. So, Leo Sun, I believe, potentially, if it resonates, there's this pride thing that you have because I feel like maybe you were the type of person that was self-made. Or either way, it's like you're the type of person that doesn't like asking for help when you need help. And so it's in like in the past, everything was good and you had all these options. It's like with the Seven of Cups, you could have done anything you wanted. You could have had anybody you wanted. You could have done anything you wanted. Like maybe you had money. And so, there was an energy of like everything I want, anything I want, I can have. And it was good. But now in this present moment, something has changed. And I feel like there's some kind of struggle somewhere. And like the king. Yes, I picked the right two. Okay. The king of wands is looking at this Nine of Swords and not looking at the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like you may be in a space where it's like you may have to reach out for help. And instead of reaching out for help, you are deciding to put yourself in this overwhelming situation where it's like it's like the energy of you staying up at night, maybe crying silently, man holding a coin in reverse. Maybe there was your sense of financial stability or stability got rocks. And maybe that happened before whatever is happening now. Right. But I feel like your stability and foundation changed on a fundamental level. And that impacts your ability to do or get whatever you were doing and getting. And so not only are you in this space of being upset because you can no longer do what you were doing, but also it's like adding to that is you thinking about how great the past was and wanting to get back to the past. And now we move into this thing where it's like this imbalance it's really taking a toll on you mentally, because you go from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords, and this Two of Pentacles, because this Two of Pentacles is in reverse, and I feel like there's a very, very, very heavy energy if this is resonating. And it's like before you make any final decisions, reach out to somebody. And if it comes down to like your pride or your life, sacrifice the pride, please. Please. And I feel like with this breakthrough, I think this is happening to teach you something. Or you're going to get something, you're going to come into something more on the other side. And that's why all this is happening. Okay. Yeah. Alright, that's what I got for you. Best of luck. I don't know necessarily what's going on. Hopefully it's not karmic. Right? Like, hopefully you weren't effing people over and now your karma is being dispensed, and so you coming up on a bunch of terrible-ish situations. Ace of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse at the cut. Going into Leo Moons. Is that for Leo Moon or for Leo Rising? Maybe it's for both of you. I don't know. I'm going to do this. I think that was for Leo Moon because Leo Moon. I was going to say Leo Sun because I feel like that's heavy in that energy. But let's see. What am I doing? So at the cut we're definitely in Leo Moon right now. Queen of Cups in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. We interrupt this regularly scheduled party to introduce new social distancing laws. But let's be real, some of y'all were distancing before everybody was social distancing. No tea, no shade. Ooh, coming up with the Emperor though. Okay, love that. I'm going to be looking for the Sun. The Emperor came out, but right behind it is the Three of Wands in reverse, and then the Five of Wands in reverse, and then the Tower in reverse. So, like, oof. That's all I gotta say. All I gotta say is oof. But I'm looking for the sun. What does the sun look like in this deck? Have I ever seen the sun in this deck? I don't too much see the sun in this deck, but it's right here. Yeah. I don't too much see her, honestly. Oh, this is interesting energy. But with this in reverse, I kind of like it. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, girl. What? I'm a little shook right now. I don't know what is happening, but Leo Moon, y'all are learning to stand on your own 2 feet. Firmly, to stand firmly on your own 2 feet. And you are moving with passion. You're moving with like knowledge and intellect. You're making money moves. But where's the heart? I don't know. I gotta find it. I'm sorry. So the Emperor is the first card out. Then at the top of the before pile is this Devil in reverse. So I think a lot of stuff was in your head, right? Because that's where this road is leading to. And it's like, that's the final destination. You've already gone through the door, so you probably know. You definitely know what's up. Oh, I'll take that back. Okay. Someone's graduated in some area. So then we go from, so after that, we have the Four of Pentacles, then the Sun. I don't think I've ever gotten the Sun card in this deck. I've gotten the Moon. When I first got this deck, I used to see the Moon card sometimes. I don't think I've ever really seen the Sun card. And it's been catching my eye because I've been seeing this as I've been like throwing the cards down, and I was like, what is that? And then when I had to look for the Sun, I was like, oh, that was probably the Sun. So it was like I was seeing the Sun, knowing that it was the Sun, but not recognizing it was the Sun until I had to go and look for the Sun. And maybe that's for y'all. Then we have this Knight of Wands. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, all right. This makes sense. And then we have the King of Swords. I thought this was the Knight of Swords at first, so I was like, wow, y'all got the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of... Ooh. I could be a little nosy, leave me alone. So I wanted to know what was behind this King of Swords. And behind the King of Swords is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, Knight of Swords, or King of Swords is Aquarius energy, but it can be the whole suit, y'all. But I do want to see where this Knight of Cups is, because he did pop in. Ooh, Ace of Cups is upright, but the 10 of... Okay, this is interesting. I'm actually going to note this. And I'm still looking for the Knight of Cups, because he popped into my mind. Death is in reverse. Haha, accurate. Is this the Knight of Cups? Yes, it is. Okay. So, we're going to do him first. No, we're not. Let me stop. Let me stop. Okay. So, around the Knight of Cups, the energy surrounding the Knight of Cups, he's actually in reverse. So, yeah. Yeah, and the Knight of Swords is upright. So, all of the Knights are upright, except for the Knight of Cups, which is fine. But we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Cups, and then Temperance in reverse? And this is interesting. And look, with this Temperance in reverse, we see the Four of Pentacles right there. Y'all see that? Hold on, wait. Wrong side. Y'all see that? But it's in reverse. But in reverse, it almost looks like a house or like a building. Like this is the roof right here. Like that's the roof. That's a little chimney. Y'all see that little chimney, the roof? So yeah, that's definitely the energy. Eight of Cups in reverse, Temperance in reverse. It's like, I feel like there's this energy. Because the Knight of Pentacles is out. The slowest knight in the deck. The Knight of Wands is actually down here. But the Four of Pentacles is also here. And with this King of Swords, instead of the Knight of Swords, which I'm going to show you in a second, I feel like with this King of Swords, like you've definitely processed through what it is that you needed to process through, Leo Moon. And maybe there's this like calculative energy. And it's not calculative well, the Emperor is right here. And the Emperor is also calculated. I don't feel the Emperor as manipulative and calculating. He can be, I guess. And the King of Swords can also be like verbally, I feel like he could say something in reverse or low vibrational energy. He could say something to make it seem like the truth or to make it sound good, but it might not be. But this King of Swords, I feel like it's like you have definitely processed it. But with this Knight of Cups and with Temperance in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse, I feel like it's just gonna take I'm looking at how he's dressed. And he's like business up top and casual on the bottom. Which is perfect. Cause it's like you got your shirt on, you have your jacket on, and you're looking for your pants before you go. And like you're looking for a specific pair of pants. Like, where are these pants? Where I can't, like, I need my matching pants. Like, where are my pants? This is funny. Okay, look at this. So this is the Knight of Cups, right? He's all dressed and ready to go up top, but he doesn't have his pants or his socks or shoes. You want to know where his pants are? The King of Swords is wearing his pants. And notice how he has like the green, like you see the green and blue commonality? Man, it's just a little funny. What does that mean? I don't know. I feel like there's a certain element of recognition that's going on, but there's also this element of resignation. Like somebody is like beating themselves up maybe. And then around the Knight of Swords, because I came across the Knight of Swords and I thought that was the Knight of Swords. Before the Knight of Swords is this Judgment. And this Judgment is like a double mirror. And in this deck, the Hermit is standing in front of the mirror. And so that's like, what, 2.5 times the Hermit? Let me see. I want to make sure. Hey Siri, what is, wait. Is the Hermit 9? The Hermit is 9. I thought the Hermit was 8 for a second. But I still want to see. What is 8 times 2.5?
It's 20.
Yeah. Okay. So 2.5. But 8 is actually strength. Girl, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm looking for the sun. I should be looking for strength. Okay, this is Leo Moon. Y'all is getting the whole whatever. Because I should have been looking for the strength card. I'm looking for the sun. Oh, why is this card like bent? Why is the King of Swords bent? Oh, probably because he was under the thing. The King of Swords slept down there last night. It's fine. King of Swords, but he did sleep with his queen. So, and with the King of Swords right here, maybe you had a dream about your Queen of Swords or your King of Swords. But y'all ain't together no more. The king and the queen were together. And one of the reasons why... Hey, the Queen of Wands is upright. One of the reasons why I wanted to separate out the piles was because I wanted to separate the King and the Queen of Swords. Because that's how I knew that, like, they would be... Like, the deck was shuffled. Because they were... Oh my gosh! So they're in the same pile. But these are all the cards in between the King and the Queen of Swords now. Y'all see all of them? That's a lot. And the Queen is in reverse now. Chilling next to the High Priestess in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. Three of Swords upright. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. And the Moon is in reverse. I just want to note that. Because now at the bottom of this, I pulled the last... I'm going to tell y'all what I did, but the Moon is in reverse. And the Sun is upright on the table. Okay, so Leo Moon, I am so sorry. I promise I wasn't trying to intentionally be nosy. But... Yes, that was the movie, Serendipity. I was trying to think of that movie the other day. And I was like, I want to watch the movie. But I don't remember what that movie was called. What is that song? Maybe serendipity is a theme for y'all, Leo Moon. And serendipity is almost the energy. Let's ask Siri to define it. Hey Siri, define serendipity.
Serendipity means the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way.
The occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. That's like you just so happen to come across somebody, right? And y'all just so happen to get along a little bit and like really vibe. And then a lot of other things just so happen to happen. But is it coincidence? Or is it destiny? I'm sorry. Let me not spend too much time on Leo Moon because I do have other stuff to do. Okay, so I was looking for the Sun card. I should have been looking for Strength because Strength is the Leo card. But in my mind, I'm looking for the Sun. And I didn't realize that I was looking for the wrong card until I was talking about something. Until I did that 2.5. Because I was like, oh, and 2.5 times the Hierophant. No, 2.5 times the Hermit will get you to 20. Why was I trying to get to 20? Judgment, because this right here. Because the Hermit in this deck is standing in front of the mirror, and this is almost like a double mirror energy. Okay, so this is a little disjointed. I'm sorry. If you're new to my channel, this may surprise you. If you're not new to my channel, welcome back. Thanks. Y'all already know how I am. Or y'all should know. Okay. So, this is what it would have been like. And this would have been really close to the Gemini Moon, maybe? Yeah, close to Gemini Moon. But a little bit different. Because when I did Gemini Moon, their card was actually the last card in the deck. So I only had like 4 cards to read off of. But this is what it would have been because the Knight of Pentacles was at the bottom of the deck, right? And so it would have been the Emperor followed by the Moon in reverse. Because the Moon, the Moon in reverse would have been the last card up. So it would have been the Emperor with the Moon in reverse at the top of the before pile, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, Strength, and the Chariot in reverse. Well, I would have turned the Chariot upright. But the Chariot, I'm going to leave the Chariot in reverse because that's this energy. Leo Moon, you're not moving. Quite frankly, you're just not moving. And so now I have this, like with the Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot in reverse. Where are you going? That was not judgmental. I'm sorry. For any Leo moons out there, it ain't y'all fault. A lot of stuff is just happening. But you do have this. So you have this Emperor energy here. And the Knight of Pentacles is looking at the Emperor. And I haven't even pulled an Oracle card yet. And I have so many cards on the table. But you know what? I feel like sometimes part of me feels bad. Like if I do something like this and somebody gets like extra cards. But sometimes it's like you may need a few extra cards to get a message. Or it's just like that much energy sort of around the situation. Okay. This is a lot. But it's all basically the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's like 15 different ways to tell the same story, except it's 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways to tell the same story. You want to move, but you're not moving. You've gone through a significant change. Something significant has taken place in your life. Because on one side, we have judgment. So the left side of all of these, on the left side, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow. The Four of Pentacles, which is established and it's not changing. It's very like, that's why he stands a lot of times like with the pentacle in front of his heart, like guarded. We have Judgment on the left. And then we have the Devil in reverse sitting at what would be the left because it's the before pile. And on the right side, we have the Chariot in reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Cups in reverse, and Temperance in reverse, followed by the King of Swords upright. So it's like even when there would be movement, there isn't. The good news is, however, though, I think that whatever y'all were bound to, you are no longer bound to, which is amazing. And I want to, y'all see this? This little edge right here? This one right here. That's the one I want. I felt you. Oof. Of course. The lady makes her first appearance of the night. Congratulations, Leo Moon. You got the transformation card. Transformation is associated with death, which is scorpionic energy. Transformation is metamorphosis, synchronicity, and the unexpected. How many majors are there down here? We have the Emperor, Judgment, Temperance, the Devil, the Chariot. That's 5. And out of those 5, the Emperor and Judgment are the only 2 upright. Temperance is in reverse, the Chariot is in reverse, and the Devil is in reverse. With Temperance in reverse, I don't know, this is a very interesting energy. But transformation is here. I'm going to pull some clarifiers from the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz, one of my favorite authors and creators and illustrators of tarot decks. Clarify this? What am I asking to be clarified, first of all? Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But when this Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, the sun is at the top and the moon is at the bottom. So for this Wheel of Fortune, I'm feeling like since there's this sun energy here, you're going to have to do something. Because it's like upright, you know, the wheel is turning. It's the moon. It turns at night, like when you're asleep. The wheel is turning, but in reverse, it's daytime, folks. You got to do it. You have to turn this situation around. And it's like, what did I say? Recognition and resignation. I feel like you've recognized a lot of stuff. You've recognized enough. You've recognized enough to go from Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, King of Swords to Emperor. Like you've recognized enough to claim your throne. But with this Devil in reverse, it's almost like you're resigned to staying where you are. And with the Knight of Pentacles upright and the Chariot in reverse, it's like you're slowly claiming it.
Folks running back and forth.
Sorry. This Temperance in reverse is what's throwing me, though. And then you go from Judgment to the Ten of Cups in reverse. And a lot of this is extra energy. This is extra, right? Because if I would have done this the way I intended, and so maybe there's something that didn't go the way that you intended because a lot of extra stuff just like came in and played an influence. But if I had done this the way I intended, it would have been the Emperor, the Moon in reverse, and then the Knight of Pentacles, Strength, and the Chariot. That because all of this extra stuff happened, it's because I was looking for the sun instead of looking for strength. Ooh. And that's interesting because this is for Leo Moon and not for Leo Sun, right? Because I feel like with Leo Moon, it's like all of that strength and all of that fierce loyalty and all of that vibrancy that you get from Leo energy, instead of you expressing it, it's like that's the space that you're led from. Like that's your heart, that's your emotions. And maybe that's what you were doing. You went on this journey looking for the sun, and everything was fine until you realized that you have to be your own sun. You were looking for the sun when you should have been looking for the strength to become a sun instead of looking for another sun. But now you're in this space where you know that, because this King of Swords is here upright. The Emperor is here. And it's like, I don't know, because with this Eight of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse, and Temperance in reverse is what's throwing me. Because with this, I'm almost feeling like you not moving is keeping you more tied and attached to this energy. It's like I feel like you need to step out of it a little bit more. So we have that, and then we have Judgment, Knight of Swords, Ten of Cups in reverse. But the King of Swords is here. And this is interesting. I wish I could show you this. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to show you how I have these laid out. On me phone. Man, how long is this? It's an hour and a half. How long have I been on Leo Moon? I should just cut this and upload it as its own video. Shoot. I promise this all just happened by coincidence. Your boy wasn't being Snoopy. I actually have a Snoopy shirt and I want to wear it now. My Snoopy shirt says, "I'd rather be sleeping," and it's so true. I kind of just woke up from a nap and I was like, I need to get up, because if I don't get up, I'm going to wake up at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And then what am I going to do? But this is how I have everything laid out on the table right now. Let's see if you can see it. Let's see. Give it a second. Kinda, sorta. I'm just going to get this all the way in there. Okay, yeah, nice. You can see it. So you see how the Devil in reverse and the King of Swords upright are sort of like looking over everything? They're looking back at everything. And I feel like it's like part of that is choice. It's like, are you going to choose to move forward? And like that Wheel of Fortune, this Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, right? And I was like, you're going to have to turn this wheel because the sun is up top and the sun is about action. The sun is about doing. The moon at the bottom is more receptive and that's about receiving the wheel turning. It's like, no, you got to turn that wheel. And so it's like, that. And so for all the cards that can get reversed, I'm going to reverse them. So the Emperor is going to stay upright, but everything else is going to flip. Okay, all right, I know how I'm going to do this. Because that would still be upright, because I always take that upright. Okay. So everything that can flip, I'm going to flip. These would still all be upright, because I looked for the sun. But these would be in reverse. And these would flip over. And then these would flip. Should I leave these the same? I'm actually going to leave these the same. No, I am going to flip these. Okay. So now we still have this Emperor upright. We still have this Knight of Pentacles upright. The Four of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Knight of Wands are still upright, but everything else has been flipped. And so this is a different deck, so I'm not... I will flip it. Oh, the Chariot in reverse. Oh, Strength upright. Oh, the Empress. And okay, I need to stop. Oh, I need to stop. Oh, I want to stop. I'm being nosy. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I got to take all these because I just saw Judgment in reverse. And now Judgment is in reverse. I have to take all of these. And I'm going to stop looking at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to... So if you a Leo Moon, you getting the whole full... Not the whole full nothing. You're just going to get a little bit. I am going to turn these. Because I was literally about to turn these. But before I flip these, I want to... Actually... Because Judgment is in reverse now. And Judgment is in reverse here. Yeah, I'm still gonna... I don't know. I don't know if I should flip these or not. See, I feel like this is what y'all might be going through a little bit with all of this movement energy next to all of this not moving energy. Surprised the Hangman ain't out here. This is the Hangman. This is the Hangman. This is why the Hangman is upside down. And it's like... The Hangman is just like... This is Hangman and the Devil energy. It's kind of sort of more Devil energy because a lot of times you see a Devil card, they're depicted as like being able to free themselves. But with this Hangman energy, it's like the Hermit, the Hangman, and the Devil. But it'd be the Hangman, the Devil, and the Hermit. Because the Hermit comes in to like really analyze it. And then that's leading into this Nine of Swords energy. Because you're just like so focused on processing it. There's a Three of Swords in reverse. Because I feel like there is a certain amount of healing, especially with the Devil originally being in reverse. And if the Devil is in reverse, then Temperance has to be upright, right? But Temperance was in reverse too. Okay, let me stop. So, excuse me. I don't know where that cough just came from. I think it's because like it was warming up, but then it got really cold, and I can be kind of sensitive when the seasons change and when the weather changes. Um, I feel like I wasn't coughing like this whole time. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. When I saw that Chariot in reverse, and I was like, the Chariot is literally in reverse right here. And then the Strength card came out, but Strength was upright, and that was literally what I had. It was the Chariot in reverse and Strength upright. And then we have this Empress, and I was like, oh snap, the Empress. Well, the Emperor is right here, so I had to take the Empress. And then I saw the Eight of Pentacles, and at first I thought that was upright, but it's actually in reverse. But that speaks to a lot of hard work, which speaks to some of the delay. But then I saw the Sun of Cups upright, which is like the Knight of Cups. So I was like, I gotta take the Knight of Cups because the Knight of Cups is down here. And then I saw the Four of Cups, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And when I looked behind the Four of Cups just to see if I should stop or keep going, I saw the Star card, and I was like, it's the Star. I gotta take the Star, right? So then, what really put the cherry on the I have to do this cake was this Justice in reverse. Judgment was this Judgment in reverse, maybe also Justice in reverse. Because it's like some of y'all's is there's almost this energy of like you have to put justice in your own hands by surrendering it, because it's like it's almost this energy of like justice didn't come in the way that you thought justice would always come, and maybe that's why there's this like wait type of energy. But if I flip these like I wanted to, because I flipped everything else, right? So now the Wheel of Fortune is upright. So if you want to play, let's say you make the decision to flip all of this, which is interesting because now the Devil is upright and the King of Swords is in reverse. But I just wanted to see what would happen if I flipped it to get the other perspective. So this, I guess this is like the Devil's perspective, maybe, if the Devil is upright instead of in reverse. Let's look at it and see which way is the way to go. So with this Wheel of Fortune upright, to be in this receptive energy and the Chariot upright, if you want to do a little bit less and get this moving, Strength is in reverse. You'd have to put your pride aside. The Empress is in reverse, which means that like what was giving you life? Yes, Henny. That was a bad tongue pop. I'm sorry. I feel like I should do better. I'm doing worse. I can't tongue pop under pressure. What was giving you life before is no longer giving you life. And with this Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you're really going to have to like build from the ground up, maybe. Sun of Cups in reverse, followed by the Four of Cups in reverse. And then this Star in reverse. I feel like the offer that you were wishing for and waiting for, the offer that you sort of like held yourself for. Oh, why did I just do that? I just changed the order of these. I'm sorry. But what you were saving yourself for, what you were wishing and hoping for, didn't come true. And now Judgment is upright. Right? And so that's why you're like, so in reverse, it's like if you want to get this to move by itself, it's just instead of realization and resignation, I think first you would have to resign yourself to the fact that things are now what they are now. And you'd have to accept that truth. Because I feel like there's almost, kind of sort of almost this energy of not wanting to accept what has happened because of what it means. And I don't know what it means. But that was a lot of time. With the Eight of Pentacles, like that's a lot of time. And with this Knight of Pentacles, that's a lot of time. And with this Temperance, that's a lot of time. And how do you just walk away from something that took so long to grow? But also at the same time, how do you walk towards something new? Like, am I going to have to put just as much time into this new thing as I did the old thing? And oh, what? There's like a scripture that's trying to pop into my mind. Something about the house of stone. Let me look it up. Because I'm looking at this Four of Pentacles. Oh, 20% battery. Judgment time. Da, 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 da. I just got the 20% battery notification. Bible, house of stone. What was the scripture? Built of stone. Okay, let's see. Oh, some Leviticus. I feel like I've seen Leviticus somewhere. Leviticus 14 and 40 through 15. Then the priest shall command that they take away the stones in which the plague is, and they shall cast them into an unclean place without the city. I don't think that's what I was looking for. But they talking about casting out people with the plague. Ooh, okay, well, timely maybe. I guess I'm just going to read a few of these. Well, there's only a few of these to read. So, Isaiah 9 and 10. The bricks are fallen down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. Amos 5 and 11, or Amos 5 and 11. For as much therefore as your treading is on the poor, and you take from him burdens of wheat, you have built houses of hewn stones, but you shall not dwell in them. You have planted pleasant vineyards, but you shall not drink wine of them. Oof. Well, those are all messages that could be interpreted to and for now. Maybe. I don't know. That's not what I was talking about, but there's a little bit of Bible for you. Okay, I really need to get moving because Leo Moon is not going to be an hour by itself. Okay, so now that I flipped everything in reverse, we still have this foundation that we built with the Four of Pentacles. It's still upright. The Knight of Wands is still upright. So maybe, there's a bit that's still... It doesn't necessarily have to be that old foundation, but there's just a bit that desires stability. Right? And so now we move into, because I read the Knight of Cups first. So now we move into this Eight of Cups upright and this Temperance upright. I think that speaks to like having the patience to... With the Eight of Cups upright and the Temperance upright, that's like walking away from the thing of the past and having the patience and the trust that what you're going towards is going to be just as stable, if not more, and just as beautiful, if not more. And it might be more because now this Ten of Cups is upright, right? When we go to reading the Knight of Swords. So now it's Judgment in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, Ten of Cups upright. And so that's when you come on the other side of this judgment process, right? Because I said it was like this double mirror. And so it's like in reverse or upright, you go from here to here. And in reverse, that's like you coming out from there to here. So there's this like period in between the two mirrors. And that's why I flipped this, I guess, because it's two mirrors. It's like you're turning everything upside down to move forward, because then we have Strength in reverse, but the Chariot is upright. But now the devil is upright and the King of Swords is in reverse. I'm just as confused now. And the moon, I picked up this half of the deck to flip it back upright, and there's the moon upright. I feel like the moon upright is all about trusting your intuition and knowing that it won't lead you wrong. It's funny, we have the sun and the moon, and then we have the emperor and then the empress in this deck. I didn't go looking for her, but I found her, so hey, you know what I mean? All right, let's turn everything back in reverse. Leo, moon. You have a decision to make. And I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong answer. But I think there is an answer that will get you to where you are going and where you want to be quicker. And it seems like there's something that you're just going to have to do with this being in reverse, right? Oh, ooh, okay, I love that. So, ooh, man holding a coin is upright now. The man holding a coin is now upright because I picked up all the cards and I flipped him. So, I saw the man holding a coin on the floor for Leo Sun, maybe? Yeah, it was Leo Sun. He was in reverse, but he's upright now. So, the coin is coming in. But I had to flip him upright. Just like I had to flip all these cards upright. But coming out of this judgment, so it's judgment in reverse, right? Because I'm flipping all the cards back over now. But judgment was at the top of the deck. So judgment in reverse, coming out of that, is the star upright. Four of Cups upright. And then the Knight of Cups, Son of Cups. So look at this. The Four of Cups is looking in the past. The Knight of Cups is looking in the future. The Four of Cups is guarded. The Knight of Cups is free. There is still a little bit of darkness in his cup, but look at the colors. You see that? In that darkness, that is his star. You see the darkness, and then you see the colors of the star, and then you see the colors coming out of that cup. Like, can you see that, baby? It's like, don't think that your darkness makes you any less deserving of all of this stuff coming up, because it's all a part of your story and it's all part of what makes you beautiful, right? People wish on stars, people wish on lights in the dark, and people don't make wishes on the sun. The sun lights up literally the whole sky. The sun gives life to the planet, and people don't make wishes on the sun. People wish on the stars. And that's why sometimes, people say our mess is our message. And the things that we go through a reason. The things that we learn to heal, we learn for a reason so that we can help other people do it. So, being the star, to be a real star, to be a true star, to shine in the dark, I feel like this is something that you have to come out of. And then we have this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like now I'm feeling with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, yes, it's gonna be a lot of time and it's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna be enjoyable because you're gonna be working with something or someone that you enjoy working with. So, and maybe that's also what this Temperance in reverse is about. Maybe, yeah, okay. I like this. Because then the Empress is upright and the Emperor is upright. Empress is upright and Strength is upright. And Strength is upright again because, I flipped it upright. And then this Knight of Chariots. Oh my gosh. Look at that. The sun and the moon are flipped. No matter which way you go, the sun and the moon are flipped. So if you want to move forward, this is what you're going to have to... Oops, wrong card. This is what you're going to have to do. to get the sun and the moon to line up, because you see the sun up top and then the moon on the forehead. And that's why this Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. It's all, oh, I love this. Okay, so Leo Moon, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't be frustrated with the pace that you're moving at. Because I feel like to really receive all that it is that you're receiving right now, to really allow this to work down into the root and to nourish you in a way that really strengthens you, this is a process that it needs to happen in exactly the way it's happening. Because this transformation card is already here, right? It's upright. The transformation card never flipped. But that's what I'm getting. It's like, and it's almost because like because it took so much, because it was so well established before, it's like, of course it's going to take time to come out of it. Hello? And so I don't know what to tell you in regards to, because I feel like there's this, it almost feels like there's this bit of a debate energy. It's like you see what you want and you know that you want it, but you're not going for it. But I feel like whatever you're doing right now, you're meant to be doing. And you're not going to make a mistake. You're not going to mess up. And the time that you're taking is valuable. Because if I turn everything except for the devil, you can stay in reverse. Don't nobody care about you. I feel like that was mean. Because like low key, it just does its job. And if it wasn't for, like devil energy, I never would have woken up because I never would have had a reason to. I would have kept sleeping in. Like if your alarm never goes off in the morning, do you wake up? Right? So don't be mad at the alarm. The alarm is the reason why you have a job. Hello? The alarm is keeping you employed. Even though, you want more sleep because, who doesn't want more sleep? So everything else is going up right. Because this is you taking your time and doing this the proper way and not rushing this. This is very deep healing that cannot be rushed. Excuse me. So now that everything is upright, you walk away successfully. Things begin to change. You gain a new kind of strength. This emperor and this empress come together. I feel like that's just like balanced on both the masculine and feminine side. And balanced on both the masculine and feminine side could also be this acceptance, recognition, and healing of the past, and this pulling away from the future that keeps you closer to the now moment. It's like the future will happen. I trust that what is meant to happen will happen. The past has already happened. I trust that all of that happened to get me to this space, and so now we sit here with trust. The Son of Cups is upright, Four of Cups is upright, the Star is upright, and Judgment is upright. Twice. Judgment is here twice, and the Knight of Cups is here twice, and the Sun is here twice, and the Chariot is here twice. Did I say strength? So yeah, okay, that's that. I spent way too much time on y'all. I am so sorry. People are going to look up these timestamps and they're going to be like, what? A whole hour for Leo Moon? Don't give me no side eyes. I was confused. Well, first I wasn't confused. I was like, whoa, like all of the knights are here. And then I was like, wait, that's a king, not a knight. And then I was like, wait, I was supposed to be looking for strength, not the sign. Hello? Yeah, it happens. I mean, it happened yesterday. When I was like, oh, where's this justice? Where's this? Where's that? Like, if I feel pulled to, ooh, strength upright. Okay, I see you. If I feel pulled to look for something, I'm going to look for something, and I shouldn't apologize for it. So it is what it is. Shoot. That was a whole journey. The Fool is in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. Not quite yet going after that Ten of Pentacles, I see. And the Ten of Cups was in reverse, too, if we're talking about Leo moon energy, but maybe we're not. Now at the cut, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. Oh, so for Leo rising, we start with the King and the Queen of Cups, both in reverse. Oof. What's going on, y'all? Let's see. So for Leo rising, I'm going to be looking for the Five of Wands, and I'm going to start now. First card out is the Princess of Swords, followed by the Princess of Pentacles. I have two princesses. I can't separate them. Oh, they look in different directions, though. So maybe something like works well in theory, but not necessarily in practice. Or you're finding a way to consolidate two things. Hold on, wait. I'm looking for the Five of Wands. Okay. I just thought I was looking for the... Oh, and there's the Five of Wands. I just thought I was looking for the Two of Wands for some reason. So maybe y'all want to do something brand new. Because Two of Wands is Aries energy. In your eyes. And there's the Knight of Swords. Okay, so for Leo rising, two princesses, a knight, three wands, and a tower. With the world. Two majors, two princesses, three wands, three pentacles, and a knight. I'm going to pull one of these. I'm going to pull one of these. Do I want this one or this one? I'll take both. Ooh. Y'all are going to get two oracle cards. I don't know how many people got two oracle cards. Oh, wow. Crown Portal and Manifestation, 8 and 29. Crown Portal is divinity, unity, separation. Manifestation is prosperity, fortune, and pure intentions. Okay, Leo rising. Y'all's on something, like, for real. And this is interesting, though, because when I read Mercury retrograde through the houses, Leo rising was, like, on point. Like, Leo rising had 9 of Pentacles. Leo rising was, like, good. I was like, whoa, let me be a Leo rising, please. And then the retrograde happened. I was like, I am most definitely not a Leo rising because that most definitely was not my experience. So if Mercury was transiting your 5th house, maybe that would have been. Maybe it was good for you. In the area of passion and creativity, right? Because if it's Leo. Give me 1 second. My brain is like, what? Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. No. Am I doing this right? Leo, Virgo, Scorpio. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. That would have been y'all 7th house. Duh. Leo and Aquarius. But then it would have been the 8th house because it started in Pisces. So it would have been transiting y'all 8th house, which is a very mystical house. And so to have a Pisces Mercury retrograde in a mystical house, maybe y'all found out how to really manifest something. And then Manifestation and Crown Portal did come out after this tower, though. And y'all got the world. Okay, let me just start reading. So before, Princess of Swords, Princess of Pentacles. And then we go to, those were the first two out. And the before pile is the world. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is definitely forward movement, followed by the Five of Wands, followed by the Tower, which may not have actually been bad, potentially. And then we go into the Three of Pentacles in reverse, with the Knight of Swords left at the bottom of the deck. Oracle cards again are the Crown Portal, Crown Chakra, and Manifestation. So, did y'all get like super spiritual? Did y'all have some kind of spiritual awakening recently-ish? Because with the Tower, the Knight of Swords, and the Crown Portal and Manifestation, that's like very spiritual energy. And it's interesting that the Three of Wands is upright and the Three of Pentacles is in reverse. And then there's this Tower moment here. So maybe y'all have recently fallen out with someone. And your falling out is like maybe this is somebody that you depended on or relied on in some way. But like you are now in a space to know that like you overly relied on this person because now you see how capable you really are, and you're like, wait, I can do this all on my own? And there's almost this energy of like, if I can do this, then like I feel like you almost feel like you can do anything. And with this Knight of Swords here, I feel like that's kind of the truth. Verified by the World card upright, I feel like you can kind of sort of do like anything. You are very capable. You are extremely capable on your own, because the Three of Wands speaks to like what we do for ourselves after we've progressed from the help with others, and then the Three of Pentacles is all about needing help from others to move forward. It's about teamwork, but with teamwork being in reverse, and with the card of you walking on your own 2 feet, being upright, it's like wow, like I can do all this myself. What? So go for it. Shoot for Pluto. Because even if you miss, you'll end somewhere out there in the cosmos. Shoot beyond the moon. Like, yeah, I feel like that's really it. I would say keep working on whatever you're working on. Maybe like look into maybe clear your crown chakra. Look up like crown chakra meditations if you feel the urge to. And like maybe look at like affirmations and just like watching the words that you speak, because the way he's holding the sword, I feel like he's definitely like he is aware of its power. And with Manifestation and Crown Portal here, oof, you got the Princess and the Knight of Swords. That's definitely some kind of realization. And then with this Princess of Pentacles and this Princess of Swords, I feel like that's you. It's like Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Swords, Knight of Swords, the world. So there's like, if you develop and hone this a little bit, you could be extremely capable. But just be, I guess, responsible. And responsible in the sense of like, do your due diligence to make this work for you. I feel like you've been granted an opportunity to see yourself in a whole new light as more capable than maybe you've ever seen yourself. And it's kind of sort of like the world is your oyster. Especially with this world card like almost being like a little pearl. Well, it's not necessarily like a little pearl. That's just like a whole bunch of cosmic potentiality surrounding this little thing of light. But from a certain distance, it almost looks like a pearl, right? And then, is this the Empress? With the Empress sitting under the world. So, like, y'all definitely have creative potential. Manifestation, Crown Chakra, Empress, World. What's under this one? The Hangman and the Hanged Woman in reverse. So it's like you kind of sort of got what you needed, and it's you feel free to move. And that's what I got for you, Leo Rising. That was fairly quick. Some of these are like fairly quick and easy, and don't require too much like depth because like it just is what it is. What was this? Separation. Divinity and unity, though. Okay, I do want to shuffle these up a little bit. Okay, I kind of want to note these for some reason. So, Wisdom in reverse, Throat Portal in reverse, and Utopia upright. That's 43, 40, and 44. 40, 43, and 44. I feel like with Wisdom and Throat Portal both in reverse, I feel like that could be the energy of you speaking against what it is, speaking against this utopia. Because, like, if things change internally, but you still speak doom and gloom, you're going to continue to manifest doom and gloom. So, clean that up. Oh my gosh, and then the world just fell on the floor. I accidentally knocked the world over. Is it still upright? It is! And the Empress was just chilling at the top of the deck, like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here chilling. So, we got the Seven of Cups, and we're going into... We're moving into a new sign. I'm finally done with Leo. Oh my gosh. Now it's time for Virgo. 2 hours after this started. Hey, Virgs. Oh, Virgos, don't judge me. Because I know I could have made this look a little neater. I could have made this look a lot neater. My father is a Virgo, so genetically, I have some Virgo tendencies. My mother got to have Virgo somewhere in her chart. I'm kind of surprised she doesn't. I don't think she does, but my father's like Virgo to the extreme. My mom is just a little bit of a perfectionist, and so I have like my perfectionist is like dialed down. So like what y'all see on the screen, Virgo, like that's good enough for me. I don't need to move in the brown box, right? I just wanted to roughly approximate where the video would be. So I don't know why I'm already nervous and like trying to explain myself to y'all. Hey, some of my best friends are Virgo signs. Like, y'all know. Ooh, King of Cups upright. Okay, Virgo signs. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Ooh, Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, though. Okay, let's get into Virgo. Show me Virgo sign. So for Virgo Sun, I'm going to be looking for the Knight of Pentacles. And let's go. First card out is the Three of Cups. That could be a celebration. Ooh, and then the Five of Cups in reverse, followed by the Two of Cups. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. I'm looking for the Knight of Pennies. And there he is. Oof. Oh. Okay, Virgo signs. We may need to have a chat. Are y'all okay? Virgo signs, are y'all okay? Oof. Because things are looking a little rough. Ooh. Okay. This is a whole reading I feel like I need to do for Virgo signs. And then we have exploration. Are you a huge... Or how big of a fan of you are you of the unknown and the unexpected? How much can you trust? Because you may be asked to trust a lot. I feel like there's this energy of a fool that desperately needs to just like leap. Because this energy is not great. Honestly, it's not great, but let's get into it. So we start with the Three of Cups, right? And then at the top of the before pile is the Six of Cups in reverse. Then we move into the Ten of Swords, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgonian energy. That's what I was looking for to get y'all. And then the Temperance card. And then at the top of the after pile is the Queen of Cups in reverse. And then the last card out is the Queen of Swords. So 2 queens on the table. Love that. And then the Oracle card again is Exploration. Exploration is boldness, unknown, and limitless. That's why I asked y'all, how comfortable are y'all with the unknown? Cause well, okay, so this could be like good news. If this is good news, because the Three of Cups can be celebration. But I'm almost feeling it as a little bit of dependence on something or someone. Because it's like that rainbow chain links all 3 of those cups. And so if one of those cups is removed, like if one of these at the top is removed, then it's like this cup will be like half full or something. Or it's like there's no like flexibility in this. But if this is positive, then like maybe you've realized that some situation from the past just was not great for you. And through harsh circumstances that no, I tried to say like you found yourself free because of harsh circumstances, but with Ten of Swords and Temperance, I feel like this is difficult energy. And then with the Queen of Cups in reverse, it's like y'all are going sour. It's like you can keep grape juice and let it turn into wine. But it's like now the wine is starting to go sour. And it's not supposed to be. I don't know if there are sour wines. I'm sure there has to be, right? I'm not really a wine person, so I don't really know. But it does seem like, I don't know, this is just heavy. This energy is just like really, really, really heavy. Because I feel like it's almost like you found a sense of stability and comfort in misery. And it's not necessarily miserable, but it's just like situations were not ideal for a while. And you kind of sort of, even though situations weren't ideal, there was this element of comfort that was kind of there. But it's like something's recently happened where you're beginning to look at things in a different way and you just want out. But this Ten of Swords, it's like you've kind of sort of put up with all that you can bear. You've reached your limit. It's like you were slowly taking these swords over time. And like now you've reached your limit and you're ready to just like go. But with this Temperance energy, it's like you're not moving anywhere. And so it's putting you, that's interesting. It's putting you in this, it's like it's turning you sour. I feel like you're usually very like sweet and caring and kind with this Queen of Cups upright, but like now it's in reverse. And with this Queen of Swords, it's like you know that you have, like you want to cut yourself free. And I feel like you're a lot less bound and tight and restricted than you feel. Because like if these green things are like ropes, like look how free she still is. And she's holding a freaking sword. Like she can cut them things. She can cut herself free. You can cut yourself free, but I don't know. I'm feeling drawn to these. Can something fall out, please? Because I don't know where I'm going. Oh, not all that. Tower in reverse. The tower is in reverse. I feel like y'all are just fighting. It's like you want to be free, but you don't want anything to change. There's just a lot of uncertainty. There we go. 10 of Cups in reverse. I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty here. And the Mother of Swords, Mother of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords. I gotta take that. And the 2 of Cups. And the High Priestess. And the 2 of Pentacles. Let me stop. I'm getting carried away. This is what got me in trouble with freaking Leo Moon. Looking at too many cards, and then I went full in. But oops. 10 of Cups in reverse, followed by the Mother of Wands upright, followed by the 5 of Swords upright. Or is that in reverse? Yeah, 5 of Swords upright, followed by the 8 of Swords upright. It's like you're emotionally drained. And we do have this Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups and the 6 of Cups in reverse. You're emotionally drained and you want to do something new. Like the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands are both upright. And this 5 of Swords is here, but the 8 of Swords is also here. And so 5 plus 8 is 13, which would give you 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is all about sort of complacency. And I say complacency instead of like mental relaxation because you have the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. It's like you want to fight, but it's like you so desperately want things to change, but you're not going to cut yourself loose. You're not going to cut yourself free because I feel like you don't know if you'll make it, maybe. Or you just want something to be a little bit more concrete before you make any moves. And you may not be getting anything necessarily concrete. And with this exploration card, it's boldness, limitless, and unknown. This is a 15-6. Sixes are always good. 6 of Cups is looking back fondly on the past. 6 of Wands is victory in any situation. 6 of Swords is moving from a more troubled situation to a calmer situation. And the 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take, right? And they all of them except for, well, meh, not that necessarily. But with the 1 and the 5, you're going to have to do something kind of sort of drastic. You might have to do something a little crazy, Virgo. Can y'all get crazy? Okay, I'll take that back. Y'all can. All right. Because I was like, I'm thinking of the energy of Virgo, but then I'm like, with the Virgos that I know, I'm like, okay, yeah. Y'all, yeah, for sure. But with the 1 and the 5, like the 1 is all about a new beginning and the 5 is all about change. And 5s are actually beautiful, even though they hurt because they're a little scary. Change isn't always the greatest. But that's what you're so desperately craving. That's what you want. I feel like that's what you want. You want something to change. It's like you want a reason to celebrate again. I feel like there was so much love and happiness and lightheartedness. And it's like you've hit this like little bit of a rough patch. That's just been like slowly eating away at you. And it's like you want to move and you want to do different, but you're kind of sort of stuck here with this Temperance card. Oh, I don't think I've ever felt a Temperance as stuck. People talk about the Hangman like stuff, but this Temperance is feeling like stuck. Like, I feel like this Temperance is so slow that, like, I don't even know if y'all are, like, wishing anymore on the stars. If you got a friend with a Virgo Sun, like, you might want to check in on them and see if they're doing all right. Because this is a lot of swords. And y'all know Virgos can already be, like analytical and, like, over analyzing things and, like, in their head anyway. Man. I'd say, like, if you want something new, Virgo, just go for it. And I feel like, nowadays with the internet and technology being what it is, like, if you want to relocate, you can look for jobs before you actually move. You can look at apartments and do apartment hunting before you actually move. And so if the reason why you're a little stuck is because, like, you don't want to go somewhere and not have something already established, it's 2020. Like, there are ways to go somewhere completely new with a little bit of a foundation, right? Like, you can interview on Skype, you can do virtual tours of apartments, you can ask for pictures or do whatever. Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a distance here that you can gap, but it's going to require you to do something instead of just, like, sitting in your misery. Don't just sit in your misery, Virgo friends. Oof. Maybe that's what Virgo and Pisces kind of got in common too. We can both be just, like, in our minds and miserable. Let me stop. Okay, so that was Virgo sign. Oof, what card is this? Ooh, this King of Swords is coming to try to shake things up. He saw his Queen of Swords in need, and this King of Swords was like, "Nuh-uh, babe, I gotcha. No need to be lonely or to worry." 10 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. 10 of Cups in reverse, 4 of Cups at the cut. I ain't been talking about the cut lately. We deep in the cut. Hey, you know what it is. Hey, I'm just gonna get right into Virgo Moon. Hey. Virgo Moon, that's interesting. Well, I guess I'm a Taurus Moon. Well, Taurus Moon ain't as interesting as a Virgo Moon. Ooh, the Empress. Okay, I see y'all. Virgo Moons. What y'all doing? What y'all up to? I'm gonna be looking for the Hermit card. They are meet. Ooh, the Moon is upright, the Emperor is upright, and the Chariot is upright. But that Fool is in reverse though, so Virgo Moon is like, nah, you gonna have to. Here it is. Ooh, okay, well, Virgo Moon may have the opposite problem of what it looks like. Virgo Moon has the opposite problem of what Virgo Sun was having. Well, shoot. How are you still here? How are you still here? Hello, ma'am. Hello? Like, I didn't just shuffle this and cut this and do all kinds of stuff. Okay, so at the top, we have the Empress. In the before, we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the 6 of Swords, followed by the Hermit, of course, followed by the 8 of Wands. So y'all's, like, moving and y'all's doing things, or at least y'all's want to. And then we have Death in reverse at the after, followed by the Queen of Swords again, closing us off, standing guard. Oh, let's take this card. Ooh. Okay, I'm actually going to take both of these because I looked at that. I don't... Okay, well. So Virgo Moon, your oracle cards are 9 and 14. You got Exiled, Illusion of Separation, Disconnect, and Isolation. And you also have Destiny, which is Divine Purpose, Passion, and Service. Oh, service. That's a Virgo thing. Virgo and Pisces, all about service. Exiled and Destiny. So if things fell apart, recently for you, Virgo Moon. It was destined to happen. With this Four of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like something came in and disrupted your stability. I was already feeling that before Exile popped up. I think something came in and disrupted your stability, but it wasn't a good stability. Like, you didn't like the situation that you were in, but you were in the situation for like a while. And so, like, I feel like that's definitely different than like something good fell apart. But like, no, with Exiled and with Destiny and with you coming into this Six of Swords, into the Eight of Wands energy, like, I feel like y'all may be a little hesitant to embrace the opportunity for all. I think there's just a little bit of a grief period because I feel like you were in a situation that wasn't that great. And in this grieving period, you're realizing that that wasn't necessarily it. And you've been giving this lovely opportunity. It's like a get out of jail free card. But it's like at first, like you get out. And you're like, wow, like get out. Like where am I gonna go? And then you like get out of jail and you're like, oh, that was a prison. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize it. And then it's like get out of jail free. And you're like, what? And I didn't even have to do anything. Yeah, like I feel like that's the energy, and that's what's going to be bringing you into this Empress power. It's like you're going to be put in this creative space to really move into. Why am I touching? Ooh, Six of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. Love that. Look at all that Earth energy. I was like, why am I being led to this? This is why. With the Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. But I feel like, especially with this deck, it's saying that like the more you pour into yourself and the more you pour into this new opportunity coming your way, the more you're going to reap. Right? Because it's just like a plant. Like if you have crops, the more love and care and attention you get to your crops, the better your yield is going to be. And then you have this Ace of Pentacles, just like opportunity for a complete and total new start to really be self-sufficient and healed. And I feel like if y'all was in a relationship and things kind of fell apart, you may be like starting to realize that not only was somebody toxic, but they might have been a drain on your finances. And you may come to a space where you feel so good, you may not even like want to be in a relationship, honestly. You may be one of those like, I'm booming, I'm thriving, I've never felt this good in my life. What do I want somebody to come in and take from me for? Hello? But I feel like if you can really, I feel like with this Queen of Swords, once you really begin to come into this realization, then you're going to like really realize, and like, look at this Empress. Like, she got a bra on, but she ain't got no pants. Like, and it's like, girl, like, why are you just wearing a bra? But I guess that is a coat. Okay, all right. You know what? Live your life. Why am I asking you what you're doing with your life? Live it, girl. If somebody used to constantly get on you, it's like, now you free. You ain't got nobody to nag you. Nobody to tear you down. Nobody to always question you and ask you questions like, what? Ew. Oh, and it's like, before you even come for me, I can break you down real quick. And I feel like maybe you held your tongue on a lot of stuff and you let a lot of stuff slide. And I feel like it was starting to weigh on you emotionally. And now you're going to know why. But yeah, I think this will also be fairly short. Virgo Moon is just like, take the opportunity for what it is. If you are in separation with this Exiled and this Destiny, like this separation was supposed to happen. With this Empress and with all of this Earth and with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like it's like really get to learn yourself at this time. Like this is being heralded by the Hermit. The significator is the Hermit card, right? And so I feel like it's definitely take the time, take the opportunity, take the space to really discover yourself right now in every single way you can. Like, you know how sometimes they say that like authentic is always better than like synthetic. Sometimes um sometimes something manufactured is better than something natural. Because like when you get the natural thing, if it naturally has defects in it, then it's like, it's a toss up. But if it's synthetic, it is manufactured. It is literally built to give you the best experience. So I don't want to say you might want to go buy a pack of batteries, but you might want to go buy like a few packs of batteries and just like treat yourself. Like really get to know and explore yourself in every single way, mentally, emotionally. Like what are you honestly about? Like because Virgo is about service, and service came out, right? Yeah, and destiny, service came out. But it's like, what are you about? Like you specifically, and not like what you do for other people. Like what do you enjoy? Instead of always asking somebody else what they enjoy and doing that, it's like this is a time for you to give to yourself. So treat yourself, Virgo Moon. That's my message to you. Treat yourself. Show yourself you love you. Do you like no man ain't ever done you and can't do you, cause only you can do you like you can. And you don't need no man or woman. Oh, we got the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Wands at the cuts. Moving on to Virgo rising, so I will be looking for the Eight of Pentacles. The eight of Pentacles. Okay, let's go. First card, Three of Cups again. This is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, the last card is the Two of Swords. So I was like, if this last card is the Queen of Swords, I ain't doing it. I kind of want to shuffle this again. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this again. If the Three of Cups comes out again, then the Three of Cups is meant to come out. But I ain't feeling that. See, that's what I mean by like sometimes, like if the same energy, King of Swords in reverse, Eight of Swords. Sometimes if the same energy comes out, I'm like, okay, yeah, I feel it. It makes sense. Like it's somebody else going through something similar on the surface. Other times I'm like, no, that ain't it. This need more shuffles. Virgo rising. Okay, well this card just went on the floor. The King of Swords just went on the floor. The King of Swords slept on the floor last night with his Queen of Swords because I guess I forgot them on the floor. And I didn't notice that until I started this reading. And he just went back on the flow. So Virgo rising, y'all might be missing somebody right now. Y'all might be wanting a little bit of TLC and some company. All these just came out in reverse. Two of Wands in reverse. Eight of Pentacles upright. Two of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Princess of Wands in reverse. Y'all may like really be craving some company, but I don't know about that company y'all craving. Y'all might be at a distance, maybe. Okay. I'll give this 3 and then I'll start. Oop. Okay, Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Swords is flipping out. First the King of Swords. First the King of Swords fell on the ground. Now the Queen of Swords is like, hey, like, where my king at? They keep coming out the deck looking for each other. I separated them somewhere in the Leo. Before I started Leo, I separated them intentionally. So, okay. Tower at the bottom. Oof. And I'm looking for the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, King of Swords is upright. Strength is in reverse, and the Knight of Wands is in reverse. Knight of Swords is upright. High Priestess is upright. Empress is in reverse, though. Oh, there he is right there. No, that's the Knight of Cups. Sorry. So, does somebody mistake emotions for substance? It's like at the end of the day, all he really sold me was hopes and pretty dreams. But what did he actually do for me? Besides get me to think that he was somebody that he honestly wasn't. Like, girl, I don't know. Dude, I don't know. That's on you. That's on you. That's on you. I don't know. Judgment upright. The sun upright. The Queen of Cups upright. Oof. The stars upright too. Somebody done seen something. Nope, that's the King of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, Virgo rising. Hold on, wait. I went through the whole deck and I overlooked, unless it's on the floor, which I don't think it is. I went through the whole deck and I overlooked the Knight of Wands. And so I'm going to take this Ace of Swords as the first energy, and then I'm going to shuffle this and look again. Because I feel like that's like a, look again. Because I wasn't going to go through all those again. Okay. Alright. So now we have this Eight of Cups. This is interesting. Looking for the Knight of Pentacles. How did I overlook the Knight of Pentacles? Guess I zoned out for a second. Like, I try to do this fairly quickly so it doesn't take as long as it could take, honestly. But I don't think I've ever just like straight up overlooked the card. That's the Knight of Cups. He's not here. Is he on the floor somewhere? Girl. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. I'm like, okay. I was like, excuse me? I'm like, you see all these cards? Basically went through the whole deck. I'm like, excuse me. Oof. Okay, well, this is interesting. So, all right, Virgo rising, what y'all going through? Oof. Well, right off the bat, Virgo rising, I see the High Priestess, so y'all probably know what's up. So you have two befores and two afters because I had to search twice. And so in the before, you have the Tower and the Eight of Cups. Something happened, and look, she's looking in the other direction. So something happened, and y'all probably had to walk away. And it may have been a little painful. And then in before, we have this High Priestess. Right? So maybe like y'all already knew that this was coming. Maybe Virgo rising, like maybe y'all were already like kind of sort of 1 foot out the door because you knew that this was going to fall apart. Or maybe you was already like planning on leaving, like your bag was already packed, right? And then somebody's like, why is your bag packed? And you're like, it's over. And then you just left. And they're like, wait, what? Maybe not. But we have this Four of Swords, this Knight of Pentacles, and then this Five of Pentacles. So you go 4 or 5. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. That's literally like this is the one card at the after pile because y'all were so close to the top. And then the last card is this Knight of Swords. The last two, because the first round it was the Ace of Swords. So you got the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So y'all may have actually caused the Tower moment because y'all just like dipped. Y'all like, you know what? This isn't working for me, so I'm gonna have to like leave. You may have like Leo prominently in your chart. Just because I just heard like, but Leo, what do you mean? Like, my whole life literally orbited around you. And then you're like, yeah, see, that's the problem. I'm not looking for a fan. I'm looking for a friend or something else. I don't know. Is this Breakthrough? No, it's not. Ooh, Gaian Awakening. Number 17. Preparing relocation and ascension. Preparation and relocation. Why are y'all packing a bag? Ascension. I'm out of here. This situation is beneath me. High Priestess. I know that now. 7 of Orbs. 7 of Pentacles. Like, I can't put no more effort into this. Because, like, the seeds that I'm planting, this is gonna bear fruit that I don't want to eat. Like, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of lemon, and so I don't want a lemon tree in my backyard. Like, I'd rather have a lime tree and some grapes. So I realize that now. I know this may like come as a bit of a shock to you and a bit of a surprise. Like, oh, I thought everything was going great. Like, what happened? It wasn't. I think with this high priestess and with this empress in reverse. Oof. With the empress in reverse and the high priestess, I feel like y'all definitely. I'm gonna take it because it's the Virgo card. With this hermit in reverse, followed by the empress in reverse, followed by the high priestess, I feel like y'all definitely knew that this was time. It's like y'all have been feeling for a minute that there's just like some stagnancy that was in the situation. And so y'all just like, y'all were already like making preparations. And so like, now y'all's, it's like y'all made the preparations, bought the tickets, and so now you just got to tell somebody that it's like over. And it's like you're gone so fast, I don't even know if they necessarily have time to process it. If this isn't a person, this could be like a job. See, the one interesting thing about like doing some of these readings is like sometimes, I mean, I guess, like life continues, but it's like how much of this is like actually going on right now. So maybe that recently happened. Or maybe y'all just like in quarantine and you just like, you know what? I could barely stand you already. I can't do this. I'm out. And they're like, but where are you gonna go? He's like, literally anywhere. The streets are empty right now. I'll go out there. Let me stop. Um, but yeah, I feel like y'all are definitely moving on, and you may be causing this. Maybe it happened to you. Oof. Four of Swords, Five of Pentacles. On the flip side, though, you may be missing a little bit of the comfort. Potentially. Because it's like, on the one hand, it's like you knew that it was time to go. You knew it wasn't going to last. But with this Five of Pentacles, it's like, because like both the Five of the Pentacles and the Knight of Wands are looking back at this Four of Swords. And like, yeah, it wasn't ideal, but it was like easy. But with this guy in Awakening, I feel like easy is over. The time for easy is over. And the time for you to do better is now. And so you got this with this Ace of Swords and this Knight of Swords. You got the sword and you acted on it. Good job. You did everything that you were supposed to do. It's time for you to go plant new seeds. There may be like a bit of a brief period before you really get to planting, especially now. And so it's like, with the times being what they are now, if you honestly know that you shouldn't go back to something, don't go back to it. And if you need to hear you're better than that, you were better than that when you were with that, or just like, it wasn't working, and even if you go back, it still isn't going to work. So it's a little sucky right now, but it's going to get better. And missing something isn't always necessarily a good enough reason to go back to it, right? And so yeah, stay the course, Virgo rising. I feel like you know that you made the right decision in any situation in your life. If you know you made the right decision and you had to walk away from something, even if it hurt the other person more than it hurt you, kind of, sort of. But these are general, so you can flip it. Maybe you were hurt, but like you knew it was coming. You know it's for a reason, and yeah. And if it's meant to come back to you, it's going to come back to you in a way that you can work with, and not in a way that's like detrimental at all. So this is where I'm going to shut this down. This is like it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes long. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to wait until I see Virgo disappear, and then I'm going to end this video. Thank you for spending some time with me. Ooh, I almost closed this window. That would have been interesting. But yeah. I guess I don't know what to say. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely night. Have a lovely morning. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely life. And now it's time for me to shut this down. I just saw it go off, so you may hear this part, you may not. I don't know. I don't know how this mess works. Bye.